Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me is a man too important to die, Ben.
That's what they call me, baby.
Let there be carnage. Let there be carnage!
I'm sorry, who's Carnage again? Is he the blue one?
It's gonna be carnage.
There's gonna be carnage. Yeah. Oh. So we read a lot of comics.
Yeah, man.
And we watched some stuff.
We read the original Carnage issues. 3 issues, which are 3 issues of Amazing. We read the Maximum Carnage event. We read Venom Carnage Unleashed. We read the Planet of the Symbiotes 4-parter. We read Venom on Trial. We read 2 issues of Peter Parker Spider-Man, specifically 10 and 13. And we read Venom vs. Carnage because I told Ben about it, and then he yelled at me until I put it on.
I had seen it. I'd stumbled across it before for that brief. It was like a 5-minute window when I was like, yo, I just want to read all of like the Ghost Spider stuff and like keep up with Venom and everything. And then I looked and saw there was like 18,000 crossovers. And I'm like, I don't actually.
And then we watched 2 episodes of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. The ones with Venom and Carnage. And we watched Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Which was the catalyst for this week.
Yeah.
Because it hit
the new
home video.
The Venom Carnage movie is finally out for
streaming,
on demand.
I should say. Yeah.
VOD. Whatever.
Before we continue, allow me to actually
Sure.
Planet of the Symbiotes. It's a 5-part thing. Fake fan.
True.
Fake fan.
You got me. You got me.
Which one of these was the one that was like 370 pages?
Maximum Carnage?
Yeah, that was a maximum disappointment.
That was an event.
Oh, it was an event, all right.
Yeah, man.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle.
They just had to keep introducing new characters, man.
God damn it, there were so many. I even called, and you know what? We've gotten to the point. You've played yourself. I've now read enough comics where I even saw exactly where it was just like, I forget what comic we would have read that it was like. I can't even remember what character it was, but I've definitely seen this plot before now in a comic that we read for the podcast. Like as soon as what's her name gets like sucked into Cloak's cloak, I'm like, that bitch is in the cloak. She's not dead, and she's probably gonna pop out as a Deus Ex Machina. And what happened? Kapow!
Yeah, dagger, because it's cloak and dagger.
Oh yeah, of course, the woman who can control light and shit, dagger.
Yeah,
That makes yeah. Silly me.
They're mutants.
Oh yeah, yeah. Stupid. So first thoughts on Carnage having like next to no knowledge except for the fact that he's read Venom. Pretty good. It's one of those things where I feel like I don't enjoy the take as much in like older comics because they're like, I don't know. It seems like they pussyfoot around a little bit, you know? They don't want to show all the violence. They don't want to get, like, too crazy, almost.
It's pretty crazy in Maximum Carnage.
It gets, like, not all the time.
And that's like the second Carnage story.
So we're not, because this is not a live-action film, I'm like, let me see the violence. Get a little serial unfriendly, you know?
Sure.
Like, this dude's insane. He's all like, let there be carnage, and then, you know, I want to see more. I want to see more chaos.
Okay. I mean, I was reading these comics when I was 10, so.
More chaos. But I'm reading them when I'm 27.
That's
But no,
fair.
I can appreciate the motivation of, like, why me? Why are you killing me? What did I do? you didn't do anything. Like, just fucking killing people, and dude's just a bad guy.
He gets really mad, and Demogoblin's like, "We got to make a plan." It's like, "You fucking kidding me,
dude? That was so good.
I'll kill you."
There is no plan. Like, he was fucking pissed. Oh, it was so good. Like, it was very good. Yeah, my
out jokering the Joker.
And like my biggest, my only hang up, overall was that I could look past it. I was able to, like, I don't know, get down with a bit of double think or whatever. I was just not in the mood for the comic book nonsense of like reading everybody's every stupid thought, and half of the thoughts are like refreshing the 8-year-olds what happened last week while simultaneously introducing new stuff because they read it last week. I just wasn't in the mood. You know?
They can't. I mean, it exists that way because they can't assume you've read the last issue.
I know why they do it. I just wasn't in the mood to deal with.
Like,
fucking.
They don't. The internet didn't exist. Like, comics weren't on the internet that same way. So you had to physically find this issue, and if you happen to miss it, it was gone forever.
Look, some of it I get. Like, you start out the new issue, and you have like a little slight recap, right? That makes sense. I'm cool with that. I'm down with it. Whatever. I was a little miffed early on. I think it was literally like maybe the first one we read, where we get a panel of Spider-Man saying, "Good thing my spider powers can anchor me to this wall." Did we need that? Did we need that particular reminder? Like,
what if that was a person's first Spider-Man comic, Ben? You never know.
If someone crawled out from under a rock, literally from under a rock. But
literally, like, my first Spider-Man comic was a random issue that had Venom in it. Like, it could have.
What did you before going in? What did you know about Spider-Man?
A lot, because
like,
I'd seen the cartoon.
That one was a bit much. That was like the peak.
Sure.
I'm able to like recognize like I'm not in the mood for this, and like it really helped after finishing everything and then like digesting, and I could like think on it a bit more. And good times.
Again, I didn't pick these comics because I think they're like, these are great comics. Like, I love them, but they're trash.
Look, I had to stop myself from taking screenshots because there's so many good bits.
I mean, my favorite is in Planet of the Symbiotes. The symbiote takes over that one guy, but it still has his mustache and his hat. that panel's amazing.
Pretty good.
Symbiote with a mustache. But yeah, I mean, I deeply love this stuff, but yeah, I know it's not good.
I also played myself a little bit because we definitely read like some of the we visited some of these before, have we not? Like some of these runs.
Oh yeah, like some of these Venom stories are coming, or like Carnage Unleashed takes place right before Sin Eater.
Yeah, because I mentioned Sin Eater. I'm like, we definitely did that.
Yeah, that came after Carnage Unleashed. Carnage Unleashed is like the start of Larry Hama's run on Venom, which and Venom on Trial is like in the middle of that, even a little bit later. So,
gotcha. Yeah, there was like a lot of familiar stuff. So,
yeah.
I guess
and like the Carnage and Maximum Carnage. David Michelin is still the main writer on Spider-Man, and he's who created Venom. So all the early Venom stories are his.
Gotcha.
Well, the super early stuff. When I was doing this, I learned that originally his idea was Venom was introduced in Spider-Man 300, and his initial idea was to kill Venom in issue 400, or to kill Eddie Brock and then have the symbiote travel around. But Venom got too popular, so then he couldn't do that. So that's when he came up with Carnage.
Yeah. I think some of the origin stories are a little. It's my son. Pretty amusing, at least.
Yeah.
I dripped onto a pipe. Now I'm a father.
Yeah. I love in the 90s cartoon when Venom go, yes, we recall replicating.
Yeah. God.
Oh yeah, my symbiote did give birth when I was escaping prison. I guess that did happen. Huh. Weird. It's funny that like there's a whole Venom vs. Spider-Man story takes place in between him escaping prison and Carnage actually showing up, though.
Yeah.
Because that's why he's hanging out on that island.
Yeah, at first I was like... There was another bit where I'm like, did I miss something?
I think we could have read that story for last time. I just didn't pick it, I think. I didn't have us read that one.
Yeah, I mean, look...
It's literally, it just ends with Peter tricking Venom into thinking he's killed him, and then Venom's like, I can rest now, and he just hangs out on a beach.
I mean, like,
on an empty island.
I mean, see, this is where, like, I recognize I like that they do the recap shit.
Yeah.
For when I skip stuff, but I don't like it when they recap things I know.
It's basically Game of Thrones. They just have to tell you the same thing over and over again because maybe you're not paying attention.
Oh, it's the Godzilla anime trilogy. I see.
Yeah.
If you zoned out in the last 20 seconds, we'll repeat ourselves.
Yeah. But when you're like reading something to talk about it specifically, putting a little more attention to it, you're like, why is this like this?
Putting more attention to it is a bold claim in the face of Maximum Carnage.
Just more attention than you would have put in otherwise.
Probably. Trying to think which one.
I mean, I put in more attention to the dialogue than I have before, I'll say. It's definitely I just want to look at the cool art.
Yeah.
Through. I don't really care about Spider-Man. Like, should I kill Carnage though?
Oh my god.
You're Spider-Man. You're not gonna say yes. It's okay. Let's move on.
Should I kill him? I mean, yes. Yeah.
The answer is yes, but also you're Spider-Man. You're not going to. This is fake news.
I also, looking back, like just real quick, like peeking at like Maximum Carnage. It's still a little. I don't know why. It must have been like maybe I was just like screen fatigued from work or something, or reading or whatever. I was actually having trouble like reading shit, like just with all the fonts and like some of the beefier text bubbles and boxes and shit, and just like how stuff was written. I was like struggling. Not like actually struggling, but just like struggling to stay focused on it. I don't know. It got better with other ones, so I think it was just something with the way it was written slightly. It's better now, so I think it was also a bit of fatigue, but that was kind of wild. Had never happened before.
Yeah. I mean, Maximum Carnage is a lot of like the same kind of stuff happening for issues until Venom gets captured and Captain America shows up with his fucking halo.
That was pretty good.
I love that they just straight up put a halo on Captain America when he shows up.
He's saving everybody, dude.
He's the moral center. He's not conflicted the way Peter is. He knows he's just going to do the right thing every time.
Oh, he's going to kill Carnage.
But only accidentally. Only accidentally, man. Then it's fine. Then it's fine.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh.
that happens. Like, Carnage is dead, but the whole time we were trying not to kill. Nah, it's fine. It was an accident. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's not even the only time like that happens. You killed an entire race? Well, yeah, I didn't tell you
Yeah.
because I knew you wouldn't let me do it.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But I guess it's to help Earth, so c'est la vie.
C'est la vie. Just one big happy family.
I mean, they are though. That was, you know what? That stuff was like weird, where they're like mom and dad, and like we gotta have more kids.
Uh-huh.
That was a weird bit,
It's just, it is what it is. I don't know what to tell you.
dude. And like I don't know like what's real and what's not. So I like legit. I was like, did they like have it? Did I miss something? I like read back. And I'm like, no, there's no kids that I can fucking see. What
They're
are they
just
talking
taking
about?
the part where Carnage calls Venom dad. They just roll with it. They just
like triple
keep building
down.
onto it. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I mean, where do you want to dive in specifically? Just Carnage? Or?
Yeah, let's start with Carnage, The start, the original, the introduction of Carnage.
Yeah.
He shows up. He kills people.
So, yeah, I mean, it was cool to see shredded Brock, first off, gotta say. Good to be back. So how is, like, just coming into this, because, like, they didn't really explain, and I'm kind of experienced in comics now, so I've learned to not care about these things. But like, how did Venom, like, how was he living? Where was he coming from in the beginning of this? Do you know?
What do you mean? Well, he's on the island?
No, like they're in jail, and Venom just
Oh
like
yeah.
shows
So
up.
so those early pages are from. That's like. Well, I gave you the scan you're reading is of a trade, so it just like took out the couple relevant pages from an earlier issue when Venom escaped.
Okay.
Because like that's where Cletus got introduced. So that's like 2 issues from Spider-Man 345, and then we get 2 pages from 359. We get a page from 359 and a page from 360 before the story starts in 361, which because it's just like 1 page of Cletus and then 1 page of Carnage, kind of building up to the character actually showing up. But yeah, Venom's in jail, I think just after, like, I don't remember which time. It's one of those early, probably like the second big time
Yeah.
Spider-Man beat him. But it's still pretty early.
Yeah, we meet his cellmate, the Mr.
Cletus Cassidy, who just has a knife in prison.
I mean, it's a shank.
Yeah, but it's a
good shank.
quality.
Yeah, high quality. Didn't skimp out. And see, this is like, dude, that right off the bat, and where he's like, come closer, we'll show you, and they're like, oh my god, he's been pulled through the bars. Show me his mangled corpse. I want to see. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not reading a Jinjai Ito comic book. Reading Spider-Man.
Sorry, did you say Spiral Man? There's a superhero. He saves the world by turning bad guys into fucking meat spirals. Anyway. Yeah, Venom drips through the vents. Eddie Brock, like, immediately is stoked.
Yeah. I think they were like they'd separated Brock from the symbiote, and the symbiote was being held at like the Fantastic Four's place, and then it escaped.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
And then as it's escaping, it leaves behind a little bit of itself that turns out to be Carnage.
It gives birth during the escape.
Reproduces asexually.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't want to give us hope that there's like slamming hottie female Venom.
I mean, that's that exists. Don't worry about it.
I mean, no, I know it exists. I'm thrilled about it, but like, they didn't want to get into like reproduction shit. It's asexual. Don't worry about it. So yeah, it drips and it's on a pipe, and then it like drips onto Cletus Cassidy. Actually, you know what I'm looking at? We don't see it drip onto Cletus Cassidy. It just like plips next to him.
Yeah,
But you know, we can infer. And then shit gets messy.
sure. Sorry, I'm just looking for a picture of Scream.
Of who?
It's Scream. It's another symbiote.
Oh. I was like, do you mean Shriek?
No, Scream.
Oh, that's wild. I mean, I'm about it. Don't get me wrong.
Because like in the first, when they start, like after Carnage gets introduced, they do in Venom Lethal Protector series, they introduce like 5 more symbiotes that spawn off Venom, and Scream is like the most important one.
Gotcha.
There's also Lasher, Phage, Agony, and Riot.
What about Vicious and Fearless?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, well,
And then later, Lasher, Phage, Agony, and Riot like combine and become hybrid. Become one. It's like,
Great.
because it's too complicated and they're not interesting enough.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. The main thing about this is Carnage exists to be worse Venom, so that Spider-Man and Venom have to team up. Like,
Yeah.
that's really the crux of it. It's what's a threat that would actually make Venom and Spider-Man work together, and then
Which is cool. Except
I find it I just find it very funny when mostly like the trolling, like when Spider-Man's telling people I vouch for him. It's like, I'll take responsibility. He gives a thumbs up, and Venom gives a thumbs up right behind him, saying, like, good, nice speech, or whatever. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'd like Venom as just, like, working with Spider-Man, but also kind of trolling him. Like, they're swinging along, and Venom's singing Strangers in the Night. I just like that energy. Is kind of my favorite part of the Carnage experience, more even than Carnage himself, personally. Because Carnage is kind of boring. Like, he looks pretty cool, but there's nothing to him. He's just evil.
Yeah, which is why I wanted more of the shit, you know? Like, if that's his one shtick. Yeah, no, he's incredibly one-dimensional. Like, there's... Even his... like, they're giving his origin story, and it's like, his origin story is, I killed my family, like, for no fucking reason.
He killed his mom's... I mean, eventually we get the full thing. He killed his mom's dog, and then she tried to kill him, and then his dad killed her because he caught her trying to kill their son, and then Cletus said that his dad killed his mom for no reason. And then, like, he lives with his grandma, and he trips his grandma down the stairs. So she dies or something.
Whoa. Another fake fan alert. He pushes her down the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. burns down the orphanage he grows up in.
Yeah.
You know, cool stuff from a cool guy.
Yeah, just a chill dude. Hey, look, he likes metal.
And there, it just again, he doesn't even have like the hatred thing. He's just, which is what I like about Venom. Is Venom actually is like hates Spider-Man. Carnage is just kill people.
Just chaos.
I guess I also want to kill Spider-Man, but
Look,
you know, it's not like a real thing.
I can appreciate it because I don't have much experience with it is probably part of the matter. But like the fact that we see him, I mean, I mentioned before, like he picks someone and the guy's like, what did I do? He's like, you didn't do anything. Like you existed. And that's why I want to kill you. But even first, I was chuckling at his first kill because he's like, I'm killing you because I spent so much time looking in the phone book and I found your name. And it was a name that sounded like I wanted to kill. So
I found the dumbest name for my first kill is Carnage.
Like
now when they go in the history books, look up who did Carnage kill first, it'll be your stupid name.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah, like that was pretty good. That sort of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cute.
It's cute. Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's fun villain stuff. It doesn't. I don't get like worked up about it the way I get worked up about Venom, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. He certainly does cool stuff.
He calls Venom Dad.
Yeah.
Just a jokester. He's got that good laugh in the '90s cartoon.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. I'm like, what do you? I heard cartoon and my brain was like, what comic did he have a good laugh in?
He says not. He makes a not joke.
Yeah. He eats a baby out the window.
He does yeet a baby out the window. Spider-Man misses with his web. Venom catches it.
Yeah, I mean, that's because Venom cares more. It's like one of those situations, you know? Instead of cutting the baby in half, you throw it out the window and see which web slinger is most dedicated.
Yeah, it's like the end of the Spider-Man movie.
You've lost me.
Green Goblin gives him the choice. Save Mary Jane or save the truckload of people. It's like that, but you just throw a baby.
Jesus. I forget you know what? That movie has like left my brain. Like I remember bits of it. I remember there being a bridge. I remember people being like, don't mess with New York. And they're like throwing McDonald's
You mess
wrappers.
with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's the line.
Yeah, don't mess with New York. Yeah, we're walking here. And they're like throwing shit at him. I don't remember what Spider-Man chooses in that instant. Doesn't he? He does it both, of course.
He does both, yes. The movie has no balls. He just does both. It's like, why did this happen?
Oh, hell yeah, that thumbs up.
The thumbs up is so good.
Yeah, no, that's like the repeated. I mean, good lord, how many...
Carnage goes to a concert and says, "Hi kids, I'm Carnage. I kill people." That's who he is.
And everyone,
Carnage is.
And everyone is like, "Yo, this stage show is sick, bro." And he's like, "Yo, you gotta kill people." And a bunch of people are like, "Whoa, we can't just kill people." And then that one fucking legend is like, "Yeah." Just
I've seen the light. Now let's see the blood. And he takes out a giant knife.
Line. Dude, I've seen the light. Now let's see the blood. How long do you think that guy has been waiting for like the okay to murder people? He's like,
he's been carrying around that knife for a while.
Well,
at
that
least.
could be self-defense.
It was a big knife
In a city with fucking like interplanetary, interdimensional threats like once a day.
You're right. Mary Jane is all the time carrying around a giant knife in these comics.
I mean, yeah. Everybody should be in this universe.
A knife is not really that useful against most of this stuff, though, so I don't know that I agree. Maybe at least a baseball bat. You can take down the chameleon with a baseball bat.
I mean, or just a knife, a baseball bat sized knife. AKA a sword.
That's a little much. In a comics code world.
I don't know. I mean, it'd probably be fine. It'd all be fine.
My favorite part is Spider-Man, or not my favorite part, but I find it funny that Spider-Man betrays Venom at the end. Doesn't let him go, and so like, oh, you were never innocent. And then J. Jonah Jameson's like, Captain America would have kept his word.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man gives a little speech about like, I'm not Captain America.
Yeah, Cap wouldn't have given his word.
Yeah.
He would have found a perfect
legend.
solution because he's a legend. It's just a good build-up for the way Cap is used in Maximum Carnage. Honestly.
I'm just a man, and men have to make choices. Yeah, make them, and then live with them.
Uh-huh. Just constantly lying to Venom and betraying him. What a dick.
I mean, also,
It's not like Venom. It's almost like Venom tried to murder him multiple times,
which is like,
and ruin his life.
It's also terrible payoff for the like 12, the not even 12, the like 18 billion panels of Spider-Man like swinging through the city, being like, should I really work with Venom? Can I do this? Is this morally right?
Look, it could be worse. It could be Mary Jane smoking.
Dude, that was fucking rough.
That subplot is so bad.
It's goddamn
like I
terrible.
don't. Guess how it gets resolved? She quits.
Yeah, like I did appreciate. I don't know if it was a fucking paid ad by Big Milk or what, but fucking Peter being like, "You need to drink your glass of whole milk." Like, that was fucking great. Oh. I guess we talk Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, and then the next story, Maximum Carnage.
We could have just read that for this week.
Maximum.
I saved it. I was like, normally when we read this shit, I do it like Thursday, Friday, because there's usually a lot of material, but it's pretty segmented. And then I saw this bitch, like 350 pages. And I was like, oh, I should have started Monday.
Maximum Carnage, it's no joke. It's kind of the one until later, I guess.
I was so fucking confused by, like, 6-arm Spider-Man.
Doppelganger?
Yeah, Doppelganger.
Yeah, it's just Doppelganger, you know.
Of course.
Doppelganger?
As
I think he's
opposed
an
to
alien.
this other literal doppelganger like Venom.
Yeah. You know, comics, dude. You gotta come up with new shit every week. Come on. Yeah, I think he's an alien or something.
I mean, yeah.
He doesn't really have a personality.
Shriek is cool AF, by the way.
Yeah. She's pretty good. I like how they build up to, like, because she, honestly, the real problem is partially her driving everyone crazy, and I like how they build that up to the reveal of, like, yeah, everyone's going crazy because Shriek is, like, amplifying, is, like, psychically making everyone fucking go crazy.
Yeah. Kind of irrelevant overall, but I wanted to get it out there. I know that as a society, we've moved past it, and I fully support it. I agree with the direction that things have tended to take, but also at the same time, I'm really digging these old school, like, heroine outfits that just have a tit slit down the middle. Really appreciate it. Good design choices. Like daggers out here, shrieks out here.
Yep.
What's the white-haired chick that has the hots for? Is it just literally Black Cat?
Yeah, that's Black Cat.
Oh, thought it was something
Nope, that's
more
Black Cat.
nuanced.
That's
but
what
yeah, right,
that's what
yeah.
Black Cat looks like.
Oh, okay.
She's just a ripoff of Catwoman, but she has bad luck powers.
I mean, she's dope. She's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these other people, really.
Demo Goblin.
Demo Goblin is like... He wasn't the person from Sin Eater, was he?
No.
Okay. I like, he started talking about, like, cleansing the world of sinners and shit, and I'm like... Is this kind of who was in Sin Eater, or was it just
He's
saying,
like Hobgoblin, but also a demon.
Dude, I don't know who Hobgoblin is.
He's like Hobgoblin's like the Green Goblin, but not green.
Like, I know who the Hobgoblin is, but like, I don't. Have we ever encountered him?
Hobgoblin.
I feel like we haven't had anything dealing with him too much, like outside of just maybe appearing at some point.
He's voiced by Mark Hamill in the cartoon, just doing his Joker voice. So he's just the Joker.
I mean, yeah, perfect. Say no more.
He's like the Green Goblin, but he's more focused on just being a criminal. He's not. Yeah. He's like a dude who found the Green Goblin's shit and then starts doing that to commit crimes. And there were like 1 million Hobgoblins.
Oh,
just a lot.
Gotcha.
Of them. Like a lot of people have been the Hobgoblin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we have Green Goblin, we have Hobgoblin, we have Demo Goblin. Like, how many fucking goblins does the city need?
There are more goblins.
Of course. For what it's worth, so far, Demo Goblin is my favorite.
I mean, I was close to putting on the most modern story, or I think it actually came before. It's less old than it's older than Venom vs. Carnage, but I didn't make you read about the Red Goblin, which is Norman Osborn with the Carnage symbiote.
I mean, I would have been down. What do you mean? Like, is it newer?
It's literally like the end of Dan Slott's entire Spider-Man run, so it's just like bringing a lot of stories to a close. That like I might have us read the stories that come before that at some point, so we could do that one some other time. Is really how I felt about it. And there's not that much, like, Venom's in it, but it's not like a Venom vs. Carnage thing. So
Sure.
I decided against it, and it would have been like a bunch more comics to put onto this pile.
I mean, this pile was pretty beefy, yeah.
Yeah, we were reading enough. I mean, I wasn't going to put on Venom vs. Carnage, but somebody wouldn't shut up about it.
Look, I'm happy it was here. It was a nice palate cleanser.
Yeah, I mean, Maximum Carnage. The thing with Maximum Carnage is it just keeps going on, and like every issue, some other character is being introduced to it. It's just like more and more people.
I mean, also, it was just nice having, like... It was nice just tossing in, like, something where I was familiar with more than a couple of things.
Sure. I mean, you're not really missing anything with Carnage. I mean, these are the Carnage stories.
I'm not missing anything, but, like... I'm
You
still
don't know who
missing
Morbius
stuff.
is? You don't know who...
like, when in Venom...
Darkhawk?
In Venom, they're like, everything they talked about, I was like, yeah, I know what this is. Like, yeah, we're
Even
getting.
the symbiote dragons.
I mean, I knew of it. Okay, aside from like the main shit, I had a rough idea.
You know about
Again,
Null or
I
whatever?
had looked into it. I think it's just null. Is it not? Do they do a hard K?
I
thought
mean,
it
there's
was.
a K. That's how it's spelled, isn't it?
I thought it was null. Like
I don't know.
it's KN. I don't fucking know. I knew of him because
I've
again,
never heard it said.
I looked at. I mean, yeah. I looked into doing this thing because I want to
see.
catch
You've
up.
read those. You've read that Wikipedia. I see.
But like even like Gwen's backstory shit that she's referencing, like I
Yeah,
know all
yeah.
of that.
You don't know who Deathlock is?
I have no fucking idea what Deathlock is. I don't know any like I'm looking at a panel of Maximum Carnage right now. I don't even know like page 133. There's like a vampire. I don't know who this fucking guy. They just like show up.
It's Morbius, the
Look,
living vampire.
I saw him here and I'm like, did they just find some random ass vampire? And then in the 90s,
He's getting a
cartoon-
movie, Ben.
In the 90s,
There's a trailer
cartoon,
out for his movie.
in the opening theme of the 90s cartoon. They show him. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess it's just a Spider-Man villain that I've never encountered.
Yeah.
So I
In
blame
the 90s
you.
cartoon, he's like, what if you got written by a radioactive bat?
Fuck me.
But he doesn't drink blood because they can't get away with that censors. So he drinks plasma, and he has little like suckers on his hands for absorbing plasma. Like energy, like he steals people's energy. But he's not undead. He's the living vampire. You can't do undead, even though Dracula totally exists in the Marvel universe.
Oh, right. Who's this other fucking... Oh, Carrion?
Carrion, who just
Carrion?
shows up and starts calling Shriek his mom?
Yeah.
That one's way too complicated. That gets into Clone Saga shit.
Jesus fuck. Look.
He's got the Carrion virus.
At the same time, like... I'm not confused. I'm confused about where he comes from and who he is and all that. I'm not confused
They
about
don't
the
matter.
fact. I'm not confused about the fact that he shows up and starts calling Shriek mom. I would call her mommy, you know? But yeah, there's so many fucking people.
Iron Fist shows up at the end.
Yeah, they're just like name dropping shit. I'm like, ooh, it's Iron Fist. I don't give a fuck. Where's Spider-Man?
Firestar.
Firestar, yeah.
Very important.
She-
Firestar comes from Spider-Man. She was invented for the Spider-Man and Amazing Friends cartoon because, like, Spider-Man's friends are Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Iceman, but they wanted a girl, so they invented Firestar. And then she got added to the comics after that.
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. She wears a jacket in this.
I was going to say, she has like that leather jacket with flames on it.
Yeah.
That's how you know she's
Good luck.
cool.
She joins the Avengers, well, I guess a while after this, but yeah. She becomes an Avenger. Along with her boyfriend. She dates Justice. She dates a dude named Justice.
I mean, does he dispense justice?
Sure. He wears a blue cape.
I mean, if he's wearing a blue cape, you know he's dispensing justice. Oh. I was just gonna ask something. It wasn't about
Sure.
Iron Fist.
Okay.
Who the fuck was it about? Oh, like what's Cloak's deal with his cloak? Like, I understood the concept, but like, what's up?
It's like
Is it
it's
another?
like another universe. Or
Okay,
something,
it's another universe,
dimension.
like fully. All right. Like I didn't know if it was like another universe
Like
or it was
the
like an infinite
the
void.
huge tell that Dagger is not alive. Is he actually normally can't teleport without her?
Yeah. No, they said like, doesn't he need Dagger to teleport after he teleports? So that was big. But even even like right away. I don't know if it was just like so early in the comic or because my comic knowledge has increased.
It's the Dark Force dimension.
I don't know.
So he can like teleport by traveling through the Dark Force dimension, or he can throw people into it.
Is there a Light Force dimension?
I don't know. I don't know if they've done that idea.
I mean, I feel like at some point they would have.
They might not have gotten around to it yet.
Have they gotten around to Jonah being Spider-Man?
No.
Really? I was going to make a joke about that earlier, but I was like, nah, there's no way they haven't done that. They're just like ignoring that money on the table? Foolish.
The biggest thing was in that like by the end of Dan Slott's run with the Red Goblin bit, Jonah like knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man and is like calling him all the time. He's a big part of that story.
Man.
He just wants to help, but he's kind of fucking things up, making things worse.
So, whoever the main, or whoever the artist...
No, there is I guess the Light Force is where Dagger's powers come from. I guess that is
obvious.
It is the Light Force. But there's not Light Force dimension? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're also mutants? I don't know, dude.
It's all, I mean, yeah, it's comic shit. Man, remember that one time when we read Pluto and it was just like a straight point A to point B sort of deal? That was cool.
Yeah, it wasn't ongoing serialized comics. It was a miniseries.
Yeah. That's the good shit.
Nah, man. The good shit is this garbage. This is the good shit.
Do you know what the great shit is, though?
What?
And it's something everybody should be forced to do. You pick the Batman, the Black Metal Batman event, and you just read that. Just that last chunk that we did.
Uh-huh.
That should be everybody's introduction to comics.
Batman takes out a baby Darkseid out of his bag. And he's like, don't make me use this.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, it did help. It did help because everything afterwards, I'm like, it's not that bad. It could be worse.
Look, the important thing is that we're all a little metal. That's all that matters.
The fucking backside. I forget what the line even is. I just remember what's his name, like flipping the map over. Like, this is the dark universe or whatever.
The dark multiverse. Yeah. They have the map of the multiverse, and they flip it over, and it's all black. And it's like the dark multiverse.
Just dumb as shit.
It's so good. Anyway, maybe we're done with Maximum. Do you have anything else to say about Maximum Carnage? I like that Venom just kicks the shit out of Carnage at the end, more than anything.
I'd like to say that whoever the artist is, like, hates drawing close-up faces.
Well, there are multiple artists to this story.
Okay, well, whoever's getting tasked with drawing the close-ups, they're doing a lot of people real dirty, man. Look at this shit. Like, all these weird... every single one of them is, like, a perfect reaction image. There's, like...
Yeah, man, that's just good shit.
Some of these in-between panels, there's, like, one... It's Spider-Man, Venom, Vampire Boy, Cloak, Black Cat, and Starfire. And, like, every single one of them is a perfect... Except for Spider-Man, kinda. It's kind of a lame one, but, like, everybody else is doing a...
Starfire's a DC character, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Get your head together. Get your head together.
For fuck's sake, get out of here. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that Firestar was this character, because Firestar is actually a character from Aaron Hunter's Warrior Cat series, so... the more well-known Firestar that I'm familiar with.
Look, man, I'm gonna make you watch Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends one day, and then you'll know. All about Angelica Jinx.
Angelica Jinx?
No, that's what people called her. They called her Jinx. That's her backstory. When she was a child. Because she would touch things and melt them, because she had fire powers.
And kids saw her melting things and decided to make fun of her.
Uh-huh.
That's a fucking bold choice. If I saw someone melting shit, I'd probably pledge my allegiance to them before, like, giving them shit. Anyway, yeah, Maximum Carnage was fine. Too many characters. But, like, it was fun. Like, the action was good. Like, watching people, like, everybody fighting and shit going down. Like, there was a lot of good panels of, like, just crazy over-the-top action. So that was cool. Always a pleasure.
Yeah. Venom kicks the shit out of Carnage at the end. It's great. After he gets tortured.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is, like, so, like, because the subplot with Mary Jane is in the 90s is always her and Peter fighting.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's real annoying too.
The hilarious thing is, this was like for whatever reason, like, this was like a battle between Marvel and DC. Marvel would always have Mary Jane and Peter fighting, and then DC in Superman comics would have just endless scenes of Clark and Lois just getting along great.
Hell yeah.
Never fighting. But, like, to this same degree of number of scenes of just zero conflict.
I mean, the grass is always greener, right? I'd prefer the no conflict. Thinking about it. Because, yeah, it was real. I'm like, why are you fucking together? She's like, don't go out and be Spider-Man. I'm like, you know he's fucking Spider-Man. Are you hoping he'll change? Because that sounds like a mistake.
They didn't know what to fucking do with her.
They gave her a pack of cigarettes. That's what they did with her.
Well, then they made her pregnant, and then she had a miscarriage.
Oh, Jesus fuck. Does she get addicted? Like, does she get addicted to heroin later?
No. Then she gets on a plane and it blows up, and she's gone for like a year and a half or something.
Dude, I was gonna add, like,
yeah. So the end of these, we'll talk about it. Okay. I'll explain it. That is a thing that is happening in the background, but we didn't read enough comics to see it. So,
well, okay, we'll get there when we get there.
We'll get there.
I have a question before you explain, though. But yeah.
Okay, sure. All right. So that's Maximum Carnage. It's Maximum.
It's yeah.
And then there's Venom Carnage Unleashed, or Carnage gets a video game.
This one was cool.
Venom and Carnage fight inside the computer.
When was this originally released?
In the 90s.
Okay.
I can tell you 95.
Because, like, you know, the art was, the style of art, like, wasn't tipping me off, really. That, I mean, for my limited knowledge. And this is clearly, like, a reissue, reprint trade thing, because it says, like, copyright 2017. But then at some point they're like, there's the Game Boy version, there's the Genesis version. I'm like, what year is this?
95.
That makes sense.
It came out, I think it might have come out after the Planet of the Symbiotes one, but it takes place before, just because of publishing stuff.
Weird. Okay.
Because there's a note in the, like at the beginning of, I think the Planet of the Symbiotes one, that it takes place after Carnage Unleashed, but or but that hasn't come out yet. There's like an editor's note, so it's probably around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's very funny, like the version of them fighting inside computers at the end, and it's all like projected onto the screens.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like in reality, it's like two of their little tentacles like sparring with each other inside the the circuits, but on the screen it's like Venom and Carnage punching each other.
Yeah, man,
it's very silly.
I mean, the whole thing is
very
like,
90s internet.
Yeah, I mean, the whole fucking, I don't even, what's their thing, like it can go along molecular bullshit something, I don't know.
Molecular monofilament.
Of course.
Right through the RGB screen, through the
RGB,
processor and the modem.
RGB screen.
Down the phone line, past the switch stations. Right?
Good
and it
shit.
comes out your screen.
Oh my god.
Comes out your screen. And then Carnage kills a person that way and says, "Ain't it great to be online?"
Yep. There's a.
I also like the part where Venom's like, "Video games don't make you kill people. See, just look at how great I am," or whatever he says at the beginning. Dumb.
I love that the therapist spends so much time being like, "No, you have to be better. I believe in you. You're a good person." And then eventually just is like, "Fuck it. I'm gonna light you on fire."
I mean,
she spent so much of this comic invested in helping him, and then just eventually is like, "Ugh, I'm tired."
I mean, yeah.
Carnage also used a
also
phrase.
lights him out with cognac.
Yeah, which Jesus, strong ass fucking brandy. In that scene, he uses a phrase which I'm going to steal. I am like totally honked off. Pretty fucking good. Really honking me off right now, I swear to God.
Yeah. So this came out after the Maximum Carnage SNES game, I think is what this is referencing.
Okay.
Which is a beat 'em up on the Super Nintendo.
Nice. Did you speedrun it?
No.
Wow. Coward.
I mean, it's just a beat 'em up. There's nothing to do to speedrun it, really. There's no routing to be done.
Okay, if you say so. Sounds like you're scared.
No, it's just not interesting.
Okay.
And I think other people have done it.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. That's that one. Planet of the Symbiotes. So this is your introduction to Ben Reilly, I think. I don't think we've read anything with Ben Reilly before.
is that second Spider-Man who just showed the fuck up, and I also had to like go back and look if I missed something?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool.
He's just also Spider-Man. Don't worry about it.
Dude, I was like...
It's his brother Ben.
His brother?
They call each other brothers, but it's his clone.
Oh, right. No, because I remember that little dumb bit where he's like, "I know that Ben knows about this because he has clone memory."
Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, there's like a story where Spider-Man got cloned in the 70s, I think.
Yeah.
And then in the 90s, they're just like, yeah, that clone totally lived. He was just on the road. And now he's back. And then he takes over as Spider-Man for like a year, too. Gets blonde hair. He dyes his hair blonde. He's a different costume.
Yeah.
Clone saga shit. But here he's just other Spider-Man, but he has like a vest.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought I heard something. I don't know. It's probably just people screaming upstairs, whatever. I really like Planet of the Symbiotes.
Nice.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, Spider-Man talks to Venom's like, maybe it's your symbiote making you kill people. And he's like, what?
Yeah, like
Takes it surprisingly seriously.
Yeah.
He's like, no, leave me. I must be alone with my thoughts. And then the symbiote lets out a howl that summons a spaceship full of symbiotes.
Yeah, because they were just in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and they set up an interdimensional portal to invade Earth. Because that's what they do.
Yeah,
Turns out.
Yeah, we get the thing, like, we learned that that Venom is like, how is he different again? He's like an outcast.
He didn't want to just, like, he wanted to bond with, like, bond with his host, not just take over them.
Right. Yeah.
He's weak.
Yeah.
So
they were gonna like
purge him or whatever.
Well, yeah, they were gonna study him to make sure that the gene pool isn't affected, and then just destroy him.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is.
Venom's the good guy.
Well, I was gonna say, back on his planet, he's kind of a loser.
Kind of a loser. Yes, that's where. That's why that line exists.
Yeah,
it's because of this story. Yeah, and then they, our heroes go to the planet of the symbiotes, and it's very alien.
Well, it's the planet where they took over or whatever.
Yeah, where they happen to be currently or whatever. So you get a lot of alien shit and fighting, and it's good times. Brock is walking around with a gun.
Yeah, he has the
Venom symbiote is just hanging out on Scarlet Spider, pretending to be his vest, but
yeah, nobody knows.
Just being shy. Doesn't actually want to bond. He's too nervous.
I mean,
stage fright. Doesn't want to be rejected again.
Yeah, man, it's hard putting yourself back out there when you after a long relationship.
And all this time, they keep cutting back to Cassidy in like a weird coma, but they've like for some reason they've hooked him up to a machine so they can talk through the machine or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like builds to like one line.
Also, the fact that like I don't know, like it's just a weird thing of like the doctor is like, he winked, and he actually winked, and everyone's like, nah, you're just seeing shit. Like, really, you wouldn't take this a little more seriously? Fucking whatever.
We get a panel of Captain America as a Venom. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I was gonna say we get his fucking hat and everything is
just like that's armored Captain America. He was wearing an armor at that time because the super soldier serum was killing him.
Neat. Yeah.
He got better because he got a blood transfusion from the Red Skull.
Naturally. That's how I would have guessed he solved the problem.
Well, first he died. They had a funeral issue.
Ugh.
That ended with showing him like back on ice. In like a lab.
God, there's so many
comic books. There's a lot of comic books,
fucking
dude.
Comics.
So many comic books. And then Carnage starts eating up all the symbiotes and he gets big. It's like Ultra Q. We get, what if Carnage were big?
I mean, that was pretty good, though.
It's pretty good.
Everything
I like
up.
Big Carnage.
And then he's like, sorry I'm late. And they're like, how the fuck did Carnage get to be like 80 feet tall?
It's like, fucking, who knows? I just like those like panels where it's just like Carnage just big face.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
like
Just in the background. It's so good.
we get Peter showing his dick to MJ while she's wearing a Hootie and the Blowfish shirt.
Yeah, man. Then he like sucks her finger.
And then Venom's symbiote like bleeds out of his eyes, like his mascara.
That was
is
cool
running.
as shit, dude. I did not get though. When Venom goes to the church to like, what does he do to attract? Is he literally just being sad?
Yeah. He's just being real sad. He's making all the other symbiotes feel sad till they kill themselves.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't go into a coma. I love his explanation.
They all killed themselves.
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
Yep. Venom's just an emo boy. He's just very sad. He's emotional. He's got feelings, and they couldn't handle it.
We made
But he
life
can
so
handle it.
unbearable for them that they chose mass suicide.
Also, there's that panel of like the symbiote and Eddie like ripping each other apart, and there's a spiral in there. I guess there's your Junji Ito.
Yeah, man.
Little flesh spiral.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, because this like, is it one of these? Like not Mary Jane, like Aunt May is dead?
Is that in this? That happens in the Clone Saga, so it might have been this.
There's like it's like somewhere. Which one was it?
Yeah,
in?
it might. I don't remember. Yeah, Aunt May was dead for a while.
Are you fucking kidding me? They bring her back?
It's great because it's like a fake out where it looks like they're gonna bring back, like reveal that Spider-Man and Mary Jane's daughter was actually alive, and that because it's like they find out May is alive, and their daughter was named May, but then it turns out it's Aunt May.
Yeah, it's at the end of this fourth part here.
Okay.
Peter, it's been over an hour. There's nothing more to say, nothing more we can do. I know it's over. She's gone forever. It's just so hard to let go.
Yeah,
That's like May Parker. How the fuck do they bring her back?
It turns out it was an actor
Oh my
who
god.
died. It wasn't the real Aunt May. Because it's Clone Saga shit, so it's all Norman Osborn fucking with Peter. Shit.
That's cool.
Like, he
but,
was keeping her locked in a room.
She's
for
literally
years.
a walking corpse. They can't keep her alive forever.
Yep. Uh-huh. And they just keep making her younger. It's fine.
Venom on Trial was great.
Yeah. Some good Larry Hama shit.
The serum whatever stuff was like dumb.
Yeah, the dopamine.
Adrenaline makes it wear off. You mean like the shit that's been pumping into them this entire time? Okay.
Yeah.
It should have worn off ages ago. But the court stuff was good. I don't know. I had a good time with this one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like this comic.
I don't know like what I have in particular to say about it.
It's like, like it's just a solid idea. Venom's on trial. Daredevil's his lawyer. Carnage is testifying against him.
Yeah.
Carnage obviously breaks out and starts killing people. Venom has to stop him.
And
And then they have to talk Venom down from killing Carnage or breaking out or whatever. But then he gets, enlisted to be a secret agent.
Yeah. I guess the one thing I noticed is that Carnage is doing like a shitload of JoJo posing. Like he is sticking that ass out. He has the arms up. He's like sticking the ass out, one leg forward. Like it's
I
happening.
mean, Venom is doing some too. Venom's just thicker. Like the first. Look at the
Oh, did I say
first
Carnage
page
or
of-
did I say Venom? I meant
said
Venom.
Carnage.
Oh, sorry. I meant Venom.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That first page of issue 3. Venom's hips are all the way out.
Hang on. First page of issue 3. Yeah. The first page of issue 3, even in issue 1, I guess like page 4, that bottom center panel, like that's an ass. Venom has ass.
Yep. That's how he's drawn this.
Oh, thick AF.
Yeah, I like this. I like this arc. I like how he draws Carnage a lot.
Oh yeah. No, I was like this was like
This is
I think this was, I mean, aside from Gwenom, obviously, like I think this was my favorite one overall.
yeah. I think this is definitely one of the better of the Venom of this run of Venom miniseries. I do think this is one of the better ones.
Yeah,
it's just a solid premise and it's executed well.
Daredevil has the fucking subpoena Spider-Man.
Yeah. Just fun.
Court
This is the second time Venom's been on trial.
Oh,
There's
God.
an earlier story that we didn't do. All I remember about that one is Venom, like breaking out and like using a symbiote to like transform into a judge costume. He's murdering as he's murdering Spider-Man. Daredevil might be in that one too. I don't remember. But Carnage definitely isn't. That's before Carnage existed, so it's less cool. The Carnage testifying thing, the fact that they put Carnage on the stand is what really gets me about this one.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, Carnage, a trustworthy witness.
I mean, why would he lie? He's not known for lying, Hank. He's known for killing people.
I think in Maximum Carnage he does say he never lies.
I wouldn't know.
I think he might say that. I don't know. He definitely lies, though. I don't know. He's definitely like he literally lied about his dad. Why his dad killed his mom. So
Yeah.
that's I don't know. I don't know. Fun times.
Good.
And then
good
and then the next story is about Venom being a secret agent.
Dude, I do not remember like fucking anything from the next bits except that Aunt May looks legitimately like a fucking corpse. Like actually a mummified corpse. That's all I remember. I mean, it'll come back to me, I'm
You don't
sure.
remember Venom eating Carnage?
I do remember that. I remember him
That's the
eating
whole reason
Carnage, and then he's
I
like,
had us read this comic because he does that in the movie.
Yeah, it is like burping.
This is where it comes. This is where it comes from.
Yeah.
Venom eats Carnage. It's like I'm fucking because I was reading comics week to week when this came out, and like Venom had been out of they had like fucked up Venom and he'd been out of comics for a while and they brought him back and like this is like one of the first stories I was all in. I was so stoked reading this specific comic.
Oh, right. This is the one where like Mary Jane is on the plane or whatever.
No, so this one, there's like Mary Jane gets a phone call at the end saying someone's after her, and also there's like this scene with her in a taxi where the guys. It's just it's like foreshadowing shit for the story for comics that come later. This subplot ends with Mary Jane getting on a plane that explodes.
Hang on.
We didn't read.
Okay, well, we have like, because both of them, they're connected or whatever. I like misread.
It's issues 10 and 13.
I thought she. See, the reason why I was so damn confused, did she not get from. I thought she got off of the plane. Like, I thought the plane had already landed. And then she was going away from the airport. And then we learned that the plane exploded. I was like, but she already got off. Or she never got on?
She gets on a different plane. later.
Okay. I must have
Like
missed
she's
that.
just been she's been traveling cross country.
Yeah.
Is like the thing. So she's just doing that a lot.
Okay. Let's see this one.
So like there's an issue after this where she gets in a taxi and then like has to kick her way out the window and the taxi explodes. Because
Okay.
like this guy is after her, whatever. And then they're bad comics. Let me be clear. It's a bad subplot. And really, it's just this one issue I really love because of the Venom stuff. But even the Venom stuff that comes later, I'm less. There's part of it that I like and part of it that I don't like. Mostly, there's like a scene where Spider-Man lights like a newspaper on fire and beats Venom with that.
Oh my god.
Which I don't love. But then there's the story about Venom like forces his way into the Sinister Six and then gets mad that they're mean to him and like spends the next issues tracking them all down and taking them down one by one.
Yeah.
Which is funny, but yeah.
I mean, I fucking loved just like Carnage painting himself red.
Yeah, that's issue 13, which is I had to put in the issue where Cletus Cassidy, no longer having the Carnage symbiote, just paints himself red and just tries going on a rampage and just gets kicked in the face.
And at first, and see, I know it's very clear what they wanted to do. I'm like, this is he covering himself in blood? And then I see the cops. I'm like, oh shit! And then I see the bucket of paint in the background.
Yep.
So
Which is
good.
very funny. Yeah, man. Cracked me up when I was 13.
Ugh.
Cracked me up.
And then, yeah, he's just out there like,
It's like, I'm Carnage!
I'm Carnage. I'm Death incarnate.
That dude, he jumps out of that car and that dude is ready to stab him. And then he like, the Kingpin is in the restaurant behind him and it's like, don't do it.
Don't do
He's
it.
like, why? And Spider-Man shows up.
Just pointing up. I didn't recognize that as Kingpin because he didn't take up the entire panel as a square.
He was sitting down. It's okay.
Yeah, and then he just like hangs up Carnage or whatever, and then the rest of the fucking thing is like Mary Jane's plane exploded.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Womp womp.
Yeah, and there's like Mary Jane's plane exploded and then Peter's in denial about it.
Great.
And there's like some issue where like he gets a trunk and he looks in the trunk, he's like, oh no, this proves it. But yeah, she's just locked in a dude's basement for like a year and a half.
Great. What a great alternative.
It's bad comics.
I mean, then we got.
And by year and a half, I mean we don't have real time. I don't know how long.
Oh,
it is
gotcha.
in the
I mean,
comic.
that's even worse, honestly. Then we got Gwenom.
Yeah, Venom vs. Carnage,
Pretty good shit.
which is in the middle of the King in Black event, which I haven't read.
I'll be real.
Which is why I didn't want to do this.
I'll be
I haven't
real.
gotten to that yet.
I think we peaked at the cover of the first issue.
Kinda.
Like, that cover art is fucking so good. And then the rest of it is like good. It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much. It has all the trappings of an event comic in that it's like this character gets influenced by this event and now is evil and our hero has to fight them and then is ready to face the real enemy. That is so many tie-in comics.
Yeah, it was.
There are just
it was a
events
lot.
where like it's just one of those events where like there are just events where like every tie-in comic is that same plot.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was cool.
Yeah, it's good. The art's fun, you know. I'm more annoyed. I need to read so many Venom comics to get caught up.
Yeah.
Because they've put out like as many Venom comics as there ever were before since I stopped keeping up.
Yeah. I mean, I also just, it was nice getting a little Ghost Spider
Some
shit.
modern, and modern comics
Yeah.
where they don't have thought balloons. They just have text captions or whatever.
Yeah.
They're paced a little differently.
But, like, Ghost Spider kicks ass also.
Also. She's just very good.
And the costume is sick. Like, the more Gwenom... is there a distinction between Ghost Spider and Gwenom? Do you know? Or are they just saying Gwenom because they can?
They're just saying Gwenom because they can.
Okay.
I mean, I think she's just Ghost Spider. I don't think Gwenom is real. Just like Spider Gwen isn't real.
Yeah.
It's just a way to refer to her.
Yeah. Just checking.
But I think in continuity, she was Spider Woman and then Ghost Spider because there were too many Spider Women.
Yeah. No, it was like, I mean, loose idea of what was going on. Almost no resolution. Middle of shit.
Yeah.
But a fun time to look through shit.
Yeah.
Nothing really more.
It's not really Carnage.
Yeah. It's like a weird pseudo Carnage, but
yeah. You know.
Now I have context behind that sick Volume 1 cover or Issue 1 cover.
True. Those covers are sick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the 90s cartoon.
That was certainly an experience. First off, I recognize that theme song. That SNES game.
Uh-huh. Well, also, we watched 3 episodes of this last time, so...
As if I would fucking remember that.
It's funny you remember it from the Super Nintendo game and not from when you watched it before. But okay.
There's a non-zero chance that when I watched it before, it didn't have the theme in it, or I skipped it.
Okay.
But I don't know. These the episodes of this cartoon just leave my brain.
That's fair. They cut so quickly.
Dude,
the editing is insane.
It was like,
at least it moves.
It does move. It was very fast paced, and I was not expecting
my problem with a lot of other modern Marvel cartoons is they're slow. But I don't know if I'm just they're more. I feel like they're more likely to be slow than like that. Nothing is like this. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah. No, it
also it's hilarious to me. It's like, yeah, we're doing Carnage and we're doing Dormammu and we got War Machine and Iron Man here.
There was so many fucking people. I was a little puffy.
Yeah, man.
I was
this is why I don't have respect for the take of they just want Spider-Man to be Spider-Man. I'm like, this is just never been the thing. It's just never been. It's never been what this is.
Yeah, as soon as they brought up, like, I mean, first off, we have, like, Dormammu and other, like, Dormammu's boss. I don't know his fucking name.
No, Dormammu's minion. Mordu.
I thought Dormammu was the dude in green.
No, Dormammu is the
orange boy.
Flamehead, yeah.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ben, you were 100% wrong on this one. I don't know what to tell you. Dormammu is Flamehead.
I was totally right about that June thing, so... I must have just completely... It was probably a bit where I, like, didn't hear who was talking, and I read the subtitle, and then I got it twisted a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who anybody is. I know
this is what Dormammu looked like in the Doctor Strange movie.
Ew. Why?
I don't know.
That's weird.
He's just a blob.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have purple pants. What are you doing?
Yeah, no, as soon as I saw like Iron Man appear, I'm like, fucking I didn't ask for
Look, War Machine
Avengers
shows up
bullshit.
before Iron Man.
Okay, but they mentioned like Tony Stark and shit. I'm like, I didn't ask for this Avengers bullshit. Okay? Get me out of here. I don't want this connected universe nonsense. And then they're like, Iron Man, you can't destroy this. This is Stark Industries property. He's like, if Tony Stark wants to blah blah blah,
Has
he'll
a
have to
problem.
answer
You
to
take it
me.
up with me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Back when Iron Man is Tony Stark's bodyguard.
Oh my god.
That's
See,
what it
that's,
was
like,
until
honestly-
basically until the MCU movie.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, I just do not. I mean, because I don't. We've read older shit now, but I guess we haven't really dealt with Iron Man that much.
Because Iron Man wasn't important.
I cannot remember a time. I can't think of like any media or any time where like Iron Man just wasn't Tony Stark and it was just an open thing because of the MCU. Good shit.
I just love Venom saying, "Yes, we do remember replicating," and stroking his chin.
My favorite bit was when they were like telling Eddie like not to, like, you don't need to become Venom, just tell us where they are, all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was I'm pretty sure it was in the cartoon. I don't think I was mixing it up, where like Venom is in that tank and then Eddie just like pushes past. He's like, okay, I'll tell you, and then he like fakes him out and tackles the fucking.
Yeah, that's in the cartoon.
Okay. He just belly flops into the goop. Just like absorbs him. It was such a good little action sequence. Just because that 90s cartoon quality.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It is wild to me that final episode of the Alien Clone Saga that we watched last time, and these two episodes are the only episodes Venom is in that whole show.
That's wild.
That's it.
Weird.
Yeah, I can't. I don't understand why he wasn't in more of it. Well, yeah.
So like,
We only get like 2 episodes of Venom even being mean.
does Dormammu come back? Because they like shove him into that portal, and then they shove Carnage into the portal, and then they destroy the portal projector. And then what's his name is like, this isn't the end, and he slinks off.
I don't think he comes back.
So it was the end. What a
think
missed
it
call.
was
What a
the
what a
end.
wrong call from that guy. Yeah, no, they were fine. It's kind of whatever.
What do you think of Carnage's voice?
It was okay.
I like his laugh.
His laugh was pretty good. I mean, I guess no strong feelings, like one way or the other. It was fitting. It didn't sound like miscast or anything, or out of place.
Mm-hmm.
The intro, the first episode was a little, like, he was just in a fucking building that had like blast doors in it for some reason.
Yeah,
He's
just a dude with a knife, but also there are blast doors on
Yeah.
every ruby on the ruby's end.
Yeah, that's
For whatever reason.
that's how it works, I guess. I don't know, New York apartments, maybe that's just a thing.
Well, in a world with Tony Stark, maybe.
True. No, they were entertaining.
I don't know that Dr. Kafka has an appropriate doctor-patient relationship with Eddie. I don't know if that's great.
Yeah. But I mean, whatever. Look, nobody in this fucking universe does their job right. That lady in the beginning who was like a cop, I guess, but decided to show up in like heels and a miniskirt to take on a serial killer.
Yeah. That's her costume. That's her outfit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I guess mobility is key. Got a maximum range of movement.
She's got to look cool, Ben.
Well, she doesn't gotta look cool. She's gotta look hot.
Sure. Well, she got to look cool, and it's the 90s, so what are you going to do?
If she wanted to look cool and it's the 90s, where the fuck were the frosted tips? Dye that hair.
You know they're not trying to make her look hot because it's the 90s and she doesn't have a boob window.
Oh. God.
But yeah, no, they're just using the Dormammu thing so that Carnage can be absorbing energy and not killing people.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why that is set up that weird, complicated way. It's
Yeah,
like all a workaround to have Carnage on the show and not have him kill anyone.
Yeah. I mean, I like that kind of take on the origin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Where he's like,
I forgot that War Machine and Iron Man were in these episodes. It's so
They're
funny.
forgettable.
Like, why?
Just to be there. Just to flex the roster a little.
Yeah. And there's the Madam Web stuff.
Oh, who gives a fuck about Madam Web?
She's
This
like
bitch.
Aunt May, but knows
She's
stuff.
older.
She's got powers, mystical powers.
Actually, you know what? She's probably not older than Aunt May. It's one of those situations where if they like bumped into each other on the street, like Madam Web would like tip her hat and be like, old one, ancient one, the first. Yeah.
Look, she's just preparing Spider-Man. Okay, so technically there is one more Carnage thing in that show because they do Spider Carnage at the very end.
Or like Spider-Man becomes Carnage.
Yeah. And also they like they make him like Spider-Man Ben Reilly with blonde hair. Just as a reference to that. But it's like it's just an alternate universe, Peter Parker.
Gotcha.
They do a Spider-Verse where a bunch of Spider-Men from different universes have to take down Spider Carnage. That's like the final story in that show. That's what Madam Web's training him for.
Sounds interesting.
And then he gets to meet Stan Lee at the end.
Your reward.
Well, his reward is Madam Web's taking him to see Mary Jane, who gets lost in a portal at some point.
Naturally.
In a different universe, so you know. His reward is getting the girl or whatever.
Hank.
Yep.
Let's talk. Let there be carnage.
Let there be carnage.
I'm bursting. That was fucking
Let there
great.
Be carnage. What a good time. Just a fun movie.
I could have called you enjoying it from.
I mean, I called me enjoying it before I saw it.
Look,
I just knew.
Dude is hungry for
He's
like
so
the entire
hungry.
fucking film, and then, as if it couldn't get any better, you probably lost your goddamn mind when Venom then lifted a heavy object off of himself. I'm like, oh my god. I didn't know this movie was tailor-made for Hank. I also didn't know that Owen Wilson was fucking Cletus Cassidy. So
It's not Owen Wilson.
It's Owen
Woody
Wilson.
Harrelson.
It's Woody Harrelson, whatever. They're the same
Those are
person.
different people.
I knew the person I was talking about. I just said the wrong name. It happens.
Did you?
I mean, Probably
definitely
not.
did an Owen Wilson voice at the beginning of this episode.
They're the same person. They
Different
sound
people.
exactly the same.
Only one of them played twins, and Now You See Me Too.
Okay, well, he was using an Owen Wilson voice, and in my defense, he had dyed hair, so sorry that I have a problem differentiating between different white male actors. Sorry. You should be thankful that I didn't mix up Venom and Carnage, because they also look quite similar.
Well, they don't. Carnage is red, and it makes Venom nervous. Oh no, it's a red one.
Yeah, he never elaborated on that at all. He was like, oh, he's red. Fuck.
Fuck. No.
No, this
That's what I like. This movie doesn't explain.
dude, I loved the the back and forth with Eddie and Venom. It's just so fun. Like the bit
It's just unhinged. Like, it doesn't feel written.
I was losing my shit. I was actually like wheezing when when they're fighting in the apartment and Venom like headbutts Eddie and he's like, I'm sorry, let me heal you so I can break it again, and he headbutts him a fucking second time. I was dying. It was so fucking good. It was hilarious. Oh, that was great shit. And then Venom's just outside, like, destroying his fucking bike. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. And, I mean, this was kind of... watching it, I knew no matter what, like, watching it last was going to be the right call, but it was nice to have that reward of like recognizing all the shit.
Yeah,
like we get Venom on a beach, we get Carnage like just shoving his tendrils into the computer to like access files and whatever.
Yeah, man.
Immediately hack the FBI, and I'm like, that makes sense. People might think it's dumb, but I know it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it is dumb, but
It
it's
is fucking dumb, but
look, there's a movie for Venom fans.
yeah, man.
Specifically Venom fans, not Carnage fans. Venom fans.
I mean, we got Shriek, and I was like, okay. I like what they did with their backstory, and I like that they didn't like start calling other villains their children, so that was cool.
There's no doppelganger.
Yeah.
No carrion. I don't love the cop dude.
The cop
who shot her in the eye.
Whatever. He's gonna like he's a villain now or some shit. Like he's
gonna be Toxin, I think. Another symbiote.
Great.
He's Carnage's offspring.
I mean, easily. God damn it. For real? We're going 3 deep. Venom's a grandpa.
Yeah, but see, this one he's a good guy.
Oh, Toxin is a good guy?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Or tries to be
We'll
good.
see.
And then dies, and then I think Eddie Brock gets the Toxin costume at some point.
Is this... speaking of trying to be a good guy, is this
Sure.
Do you know, is this PG-13?
Yes.
Yeah. So they get one fuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. It was a pretty good one too.
Fuck this guy.
Oh, it was real good.
I popped. It's good shit. The movie about Venom being hungry, and it ends with him eating Carnage. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, that catharsis. I mean, the only part where it really fucking dropped the ball and it went from like an 11 out of 10 to a 0 out of 10 is where they then linked it up to the MCU in the end credits. So that's unfortunate, but
yeah, I'm into it because I want to see Venom like
it's fine.
Eat all of the Sinister Six now.
Yeah, no, I'm like I'll be fine with it. Like Spider-Man.
I just want more Venom. So
yeah. Yeah. Venom on a beach, getting his toes in the sand.
His toes in the sand, dude. That's all he wants. I honestly just loved it. It's all about how hungry he is. It's so funny.
Yeah, dude, he's just frustrated as shit. He wants to eat. He's sick of chickens and chocolate.
The main conflict. Because, like, again, these are Venom movies without Spider-Man. You're doing Carnage without Spider-Man. Like, there's nothing there. You just do the thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
This was a great follow-up to that first movie.
Oh,
Based on what that first movie established, this was a perfect sequel, honestly.
What are you talking about in particular that it established?
Well, like the like tone and the way Tom Hardy plays Brock and Venom. And their like dynamic.
Yeah, no, it was
like, like Venom without Spider-Man kind of stuff.
It was solid. Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like Spider-Man is missing. Because, like, Venom's cooler.
He's out here to help people.
Yeah, even if they don't know that they need help. Fucking, she didn't ask for our help. Oh, she didn't know she needed our help.
I just love Tom Hardy doing silly voices. It's always funny.
Yeah. And then fucking, like,
Carnage gets big.
Carnage does get big.
Carnage.
You get big Carnage.
He eats that guy and eats that priest and goes power up. That's the thing that happens. There is no line in this movie that I love as much as "I'm kind of a loser." But fuck, this guy is pretty good.
Fuck, this guy is pretty solid. We got hot Venom briefly. Pretty happy about it. We didn't get like a 4-meter long tongue kiss, but gotta take the good with the bad, I suppose.
Can't get everything. Yeah. They're not together anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I did love, like, Dan finally. Like, he helps out with the fucking fire or whatever.
Yeah.
The blowtorch and the kerosene. And then at the end, where Venom's like, "We like you too, Dan. You're okay." And then they fucking leave, and immediately Venom's like, "He was kind of useless." Oh, God, dude.
It's just funny. It's just funny.
Fucking Mrs. C in the store. She's like, "How old? I'm 39. I'm Barry Manilow." Like, just so many bits. So many little good things.
Cletus gets mad at Brock because he's tasted blood before and that wasn't blood.
What? I've tasted blood before. It's like
Got
little
bit of
spiky
symbiote in his mouth.
Yeah, like he sees it like doing a little spiky thing. He just like. I mean, I feel it, dude. Like tasting is understanding.
True. Yeah, this version of Cletus Cassidy is soft.
Oh. Yeah.
So, not for Carnage fans.
I mean, Carnage is doing cool things, but he's not insane enough. Yeah. He's like a...
Yeah. He just wants to get married and kill Venom.
Yeah.
He has a plan. He has a plan, Ben. That's really the problem.
The thing, yeah. I mean, the thing is, he doesn't even want to kill Venom. Carnage wants to kill Venom. And Cletus Cassidy is like a separate they like make them two distinct people instead of just instantly. I remember the one Spider-Man comic. Spider-Man even says like it's some bullshit about going full circle. Like they've so bonded that they don't even say we, they say I.
Yeah. Well, and technically, the symbiote dies at the end of Carnage, and in Maximum Carnage, it's just like changed Cletus's blood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like
His blood just becomes the Carnage symbiote,
yeah.
but it doesn't. It's not like the same as having the other mind there, kind of thing.
But yeah, they definitely just go full on. I mean, he's red.
Yeah, he's just a red one. Oh, he's red.
I just fucking love it. See, this is where I want my answer. Where's my fucking answer? But at the same time, you know what? Like, I think that and fuck this guy are probably up there. Oh, it's a red one. We gotta get out of here.
He knows, dude. He knows what's gonna happen.
It's pretty saucy. I love that Shriek keeps like. I don't think it's a thing from Maximum Carnage that I can recall. But like Shriek is trying to do shit and then it affects Carnage and he's like, shut your mouth. Like shut the fuck up.
Man.
In the comic it was just like directed beam, right? It didn't like affect Carnage. That I can recall.
Well, yeah, there's also like in comics, Carnage is like loves pain too, so he's probably just more okay with it.
I mean, I remember the one, I forget which one it was from, but I thought they were gonna pull from it. There was one where like Venom is talking about how like Carnage is. It was one of the team up comics, I suppose. Maybe it was Maximum Carnage, but like Venom was telling Spider-Man that like Carnage has all these abilities and shit, but Venom is older and more experienced, so he can take the sound shit more. I thought they were gonna do that, and I was pumped for it.
Well, so the other thing is like Carnage really in the comics isn't really weak to sonics in the same way Venom is. He's weak to fire more specifically. Like he's weaker to fire, but he's way more resistant to sonics.
Yeah.
It's never explained. He just is.
I mean, he's red, dude. Red,
he's
fire, red. Like positive to positive, negative to negative. Like it's just there.
Like when Venom's shooting him with the sonic gun doesn't really do anything. It's Firestar is the one that actually hurts him.
Yeah, I just remembered something about like Venom being older so he could handle more. I thought they were gonna.
Yes, he definitely says that and then gets his ass kicked.
The other thing, completely irrelevant to like the comic side of things, but
sure,
I've been noticing her in shit a little bit more. I don't know if she's popping off or what, but this is like the second or third time I've seen Little Sims come up in a film. Like a bigger-ish film. And like Little Sims is just there. I've listened to her stuff for a while, and like if she's popping off, that's cool. But like just thought it was interesting that she had that bit. She was the one singing, and then Venom like rolls up and he's like, Eddie left me, but I love you guys. That weird nightclub bit.
Yeah. Venom's gay rights bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
I love him just fucking hopping from person to like another one bites the dust. Scoots over to someone else.
Other people just can't handle it.
Yeah. Mrs. C seemed fine though. She was.
Yeah.
That was a cool bit as well. Just getting like the eyes and mouth popping a little, but not the full deal. The world was not ready for slamming hot Venom, Mrs. C, apparently. Like
some things are too far.
So this like it kind of got a lukewarm reception, right? To my knowledge.
Let me look at its It made a shitload of money.
Well, yeah.
So.
Because I mean, I guess I don't. I guess I don't know.
I don't think the first one reviewed good either. Yeah, it has a 59% from critics and an 84% from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes.
A 48 from audiences?
84.
Oh, 84. Okay. I was like, Jesus. All right, that makes sense.
No.
That makes sense.
Like audiences enjoyed it fine. Its critics were, but that's still, and like the first movie had a 30% from critics and an 81% from audiences. So audiences is kind of the same. Critics are actually a little easier on this one, hilariously.
Well, fucking.
But that's just being more like, probably just like more people who know what it was going to be got hired to review it or whatever.
Fucking guy Richard Roper from the Chicago Sun-Times added this vehicle runs out of gas halfway through the yawner of a climax. Did he watch the fucking film? Was he watching the 90s cartoon instead?
Some people see CG and they go to sleep.
I guess. Like, CG is fine now, sometimes.
Yeah, that fine now sometimes. Sure, I can get behind that.
I know you can't commit to a statement there.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Venom CG is fine considering what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love this movie.
What
I had a great time.
You know what? I found the worst take. Fucking take on this film. I don't think it gets. Someone called it ugly, cheap, and dumb, but not good dumb, and a throwaway kind of trashy nothingness. That's actually not the worst take. The worst take is this person who said the mid-credits scene overshadows the rest of the film, and it's the most interesting thing about the movie.
I mean, that's how MCU fans feel. I feel like.
I almost said something incredibly offensive, but like, are they okay? Like the biggest, you're telling me that MCU fans, like the highlight of any MCU film is the post-credit scene where it just links it to the other MCU films?
Yeah. No, that's just true.
That's stupid as hell.
I mean, that's like
it kind
of how like
a kind of non-joking way. Like that's
kind of how the Saw movies work too. Where it's just the best part is the lore bit at the end that links it to all the other Saw movies.
That's dumb as fuck in a franchise where you know everything is gonna be linked.
Yeah, but you need to know how it's gonna be linked and you gotta get hyped for the next thing. Also, in this case, it wasn't clear. It was got to be linked. To be fair.
Sure, I suppose.
This is only getting linked because it was incredibly financially successful.
Yeah.
Because, like, tonally, these do not fit with the MCU movies at all. But they fit with them because they made a lot of money.
Look, you know what, if MCU fans are happy, whatever, and it's all a big thing, blah, 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 that's fine, whatever, happy that people are happy. I'm disappointed because now I'm going to have to watch the fucking Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
And deal with all these characters.
They're bringing back all the character villains from the other Spider-Man movies, like William Dafoe.
I mean, they're bringing back all the Spider-Man from other Spider-Man movies that they clearly cut out of the trailer, edited out of the trailer.
Sure.
Did you see that? Did you see that little bit?
I mean, I've watched the trailer. That's all I don't read Reddit, Ben.
I mean, I don't know what you see. Maybe you're on Twitter, right? Maybe someone mentioned it on Twitter. I think the video I saw was on Twitter, and I'm not even on Twitter. I don't
follow people who love the MCU on Twitter.
I'm not saying people love the MCU, but maybe it came up, you know?
Nope. I did not.
Anyway, if you look in the
Mostly I
trailer,
follow people who hate the MCU.
if you watch the trailer, there's a bit where like Spider-Man is they're doing like the slow-mo like villains jumping towards Spider-Man in midair, all that shit for a clash. And in the background, you can see the lizard looking like he gets punched in the face. Like his head just jerks like he was kicked, but there's nothing there. So people are like, did they edit out the other Spider-Mans from this scene? Potentially, yes. I find it funny either way.
I find it funny that you know more about this trailer than I do.
I just stumble upon things. I mean, I don't go out of my way to look up this shit on Reddit. I just scroll. Sometimes stuff comes up.
That's your mistake right there.
I know, it always burns me in the end.
I just watched a trailer and was like, I like William Dafoe. I like Alfred Molina.
Yeah. But no, I mean, I'm fine.
I actually saw that trailer before I saw this movie. Now that I think about
Same.
it.
Yeah.
Because there's a line in that trailer about how all those villains are specifically ones who died fighting Spider-Man. And that's not true of Tom Hardy. So it's weird that he's there in that world. Now, a different Venom from Spider-Man 3 died fighting Spider-Man.
I was going to say, we did get that line about, like, the
Yeah,
collective
so I think
hive
that's
mind memories from multiverses.
Yeah, I think that's going to be part of it. But
Yeah. I mean, I'm, like, for all my bitching, like, I'm still excited.
look, man, I just want Venom to have his symbol on his chest, finally, in the Venom movies. I don't care how we get there. I just want Venom to look like Venom. Come on. You're killing me here. You made 2 Venom movies with Venom not having the spider on his chest. What are we doing?
I mean, he'll probably, like, get inspired by Spider-Man or some shit, right? And then it'll become, because they've been talking about, like, the lethal protector. They'll probably ramp that up for, like, Venom 3, which I hope
That would be if Venom just becomes a Spider-Man fanboy, I would die. That's so funny. What a hilarious take.
I mean, the only thing I care about is that for the 3rd Venom movie, I hope it's just Venom, but with a 3 instead of an E. It's important to me.
Fair enough. What I really want is the troll energy of that thumbs up image from Carnage of Spider-Man saying a thing and Venom being behind him saying, "Nice speech." Thumbs up. That's what I want from this version of Venom. I feel like that would fit really appropriately.
Oh, what the hell? Okay, I already confirmed that he's signed on to star in a 3rd film. I did not know that.
Yeah.
He's deeply invested in the films.
Yeah.
And they've confirmed that Spider-Man will eventually
like these movies
over.
exist because Tom Hardy wanted to make them.
Interesting.
Really. Like, I think he handpicked the writer.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Hardy and Serkis also expressed interest in featuring the symbiote dragon Grendel in the 3rd Venom film. It could my interest has exceeded maximum limits now. You're telling me Venom fights fucking Grendel?
I mean, not.
No, it's
Grendel,
too late.
Grendel.
My hopes are sky high. Beowulf and Venom team up? Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I recognize it won't be actual Grendel. It never is. Anyway. It was a good film.
Mistaken for the monstrous dark elf Grendel. What?
Yeah.
Marvel Comics Grendel? A giant half-elven Grendel.
Yeah.
And his alleged mother, a draconic entity known only as Grendel's mother.
Hell yeah. There we are.
Comic? Oh, these are in Thor comics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
from 1987.
Hell yeah. Well, Carnage was a good time. Let There Be Carnage was a very good time.
This is Marvel Comics Grendel.
Oh boy.
Here you go. The cover of Thor 377.
It's like they were it's lifted straight from the poem. Jesus. Unbelievable.
He's a dark elf, man.
Clearly. Yeah, that's what dark elves look like. Well, this is a chunky episode.
Yes, this is. I mean, our last Venom one was too, because we have so many comics and
Yeah.
a movie.
It was beefy. It flew by though. I've not been really tracking the time, and I just want to see where we are at. We're just cracked 2 hours.
Yep. Apparently,
Spicy.
the Grendel symbiote showed up in the Vietnam War.
Come again?
Oh, that must be in Venom,
Oh no.
which is a comic that exists.
That sounds no good. God.
I forgot about Venom.
Unbelievable.
I'm actually dying.
I could have gone my entire life like not knowing that we had a Venom comic. It sounds cursed. Anyway,
saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com, saltcirclepod on Twitter, anchor.fm/saltcircle, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, somewhere else. I'm on Twitter @comicpanels.
I'm not on Twitter. I am the red one though, between the two of us.
I'm kind of a loser.